Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing well. JP Koster coming to you live from Cape Town. Well done, first of all, for being on the call this evening. It's obviously we're going to be covering a little bit more about the opportunity, and hope you are all doing very, very well and have had a good week so far. First of all, well done to all the leaders in the group. Last month was, in fact, our best business period we've had. Well, certainly for me, it was the best business from a volume point of view I've ever certainly had. But I know that Mannatech also did mention to us that I believe it was on Thursday, we shipped the most product orders we've ever done in the last 12 years. So well done to all of you. And thank you very much for taking the time out to be on the call this evening. We're going to keep it sweet and short. So let me just tell you a little bit about what we're going to do this evening. We're going to have a few leaders just share a little bit about why they're involved with Mannatech, why they're excited about the opportunity. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to run through the business plan very, very quickly. Yeah, just a little bit about myself, and I'm sure I'll cover a little bit more about that later, but I've been involved in Mannatech for over 12 years. Can you believe it? I started when I was 13 years old, so obviously now at ripe age of 25. But to be honest with all of you, what an amazing journey it's been. And, I just sort of feel for all of you on the call this evening, if you're on the call for the first time, but you're at the right place at the right time. Very often in our industry, it's all about timing. And I think, I was sharing with one of my leaders earlier today is that, when this whole COVID-19 happened, I was so concerned, regarding, whether people are going to buy products, whether people are going to be looking for the business opportunity. And it's just been amazing to see how our business has just gone from one level to the next, to the next, to the next. And it's obviously a testament to all of you on the call this evening. And if you're on the call for the first time this evening, you couldn't have chosen a better time to get started with all the new commission structures we've got, with the new bonuses we've put in place. I mean, it's a really, really exciting place to be, and I'm more excited about about Mannatech now than I was probably 12 years ago. So what we're going to do this evening, I'm going to have a few leaders that are going to share. So first up, I'm going to ask Matalusha White, who is a Gold Executive Director, getting very, very close to Presidential Director. I've had the privilege of being able to work with her very, very closely, and just seen a massive difference she's made in so many people's lives. And she's got a massive heart for people, a massive heart to help people. So Matalusha, if you can maybe just put your video on, and I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to pin your video, and I'm going to obviously take my video off, and then we can do all over to you. And yeah, and thanks for what you're doing. I'm excited to hear you share.
JP, I'm not allowed to start my video.
Okay, you should be able to start now. I've made you a co-host, so just try again quickly.
There we go. Thank you so much. Firstly, I would just like to thank JP for the opportunity to share with all of you tonight. And then also a big thank you to Gary and Shemaine van Asberg and my presidential upline, my lifeline, my helpline, everything I need line. And also thank you, JP, for all your help that you've given me. So firstly, I would just like to, JP asked me to share why I decided to do Mannatech and the benefits it had for me. So I started about a year and a half ago, and I am so excited that this opportunity crossed my path. I was looking for something to earn an extra 3 or 5 grand, and I got so much more. I'm truly excited about this opportunity, because this opportunity really, it doesn't have limits. And I think that is what excites me the most about Mannatech. People always ask me, like when we show the plan, we always show the amount of money you can make on the different pin levels. And what have excited me the most is that when we have bigger dreams in Mannatech, you can achieve that. I always tell people, like, your limit is your dream. There's not a limit in Mannatech with the amount of money you can earn. It's so easy. You just need to see more people. If you have a bigger dream, you just need to see more people and speak to more people. So for me, that excites me the most about Mannatech. And the benefits Mannatech bring into your life, not only for the products. For me, doing Mannatech is like it's like solving people's problems. If people have a problem with their health, you have a solution for them. And if people struggle with money, you also have a solution for them. So being a person that really like helping people and seeing people succeed in life, this really was the biggest benefit for me, to help people find solutions to go forward. And Mannatech have changed my lifestyle like completely. We are so lucky to just have have more freedom in the way of having more decision, having more options in life. And I think that's one of the biggest things that Mannatech also give you. It can give you options, and options give you more freedom and more time. So I'm truly super excited, and like JP say, the longer I'm being part of Mannatech, the more excited I get, because it's growing every day. And to hear stuff like we had our biggest month ever and the most products ever being shipped out, I am just over the moon that I am part of something this big. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share here tonight, JP. And I hope I could inspire a few people out there.
Thank you much, Lucia. You're definitely not going to inspire any people with your talk, so thank you very much. I actually had the privilege to go and show Lucia the plan for the very, very first time. I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning in Somerset West. And the lady, well, the girl that asked me to go and see Lucia asked me if I can go and show a plan at 8 o'clock the next morning in Somerset West. And it's probably about an hour's drive from where I am. And I said to her, are you joking? I'm going to have to leave at like 6:30 in the morning to get there on time. And but I'm very, very glad I made the trip, and I'm glad she decided to sign up when we after the plan. And yeah, thanks for what you're doing. You're making a massive impact. And what Lucia didn't share with all of you, she actually she studied to learned how to become a pilot. So she's actually a commercial pilot. Obviously decided to rather fly on the wings of Mannatech instead of obviously flying commercially. So it's great to have you on board, and thanks for what you're doing. So next up, I've got also another couple who I've also got to know very, very well. They've got a massive passion for health and fitness. I remember the first time meeting them. I'm not sure if the first time I met them was in Bloemfontein or in Joburg at the Super Regionals, but I think it was probably Bloemfontein. But they've also gone out there and helped so many people with a better health, with better finances. They're building a really, really amazing group. I mean, they're just knocking on the door of the next rank. The presidential director is very, very close to the next level. And and I've obviously got the privilege of working with them for the last year or so, maybe year and a half or so. And they are making a massive impact in a lot of people's lives. And they always enthusiastic. They are eager to learn. And I think it just says so much about them. And so next up, we're going to have Eugene and Elsie Dahlman from Bloemfontein. So over to you, Eugene. Elsie, I'm not sure if your video is live. If you make your video live, then I should be able to okay, there you go. Okay, perfect. So all over to you, and look forward to hearing you share.
Hi guys, thank you JP. We just got load shedding, so it's pitch dark here in our house. Eugene is using his flashlight, so I hope you guys can all see me and hear me nicely. JP, our Platinum Presidential, thank you so much for this opportunity to share tonight, and thank you for being our coach in this business and for helping and guiding us. We also want to thank our enrollers, Bronze Presidentials, Rihanna and Erika Erasmus, and our mentors, Jock and Hilda Marais. And then to our team, we love working with each and every one of you, and we love changing lives with you. I want to share with everybody why I started Mannatech and why I'm still in this business today. So a few years ago, we made a few wrong business decisions, and we lost almost everything that we had. That put us in very deep debt, and that we just could not get out of. And we were both at a stage in our lives where we lost all hope and we had no more dreams. We worked harder and harder, and we just could not get out of our situation we were in. Erika tried for months to get me involved in Mannatech, but I had all the excuses in the book, the same excuses that people give me today. Excuses like, I have no time, I cannot sell, this is not for me. But I enrolled, and when Erika asked me what my biggest dream is, I said, Erika, I just want to pay off all my debt. That's my biggest dream. And this is such a sad dream to have, but we meet more and more people every day with the same dream. Now, I've been part of Mannatech for over 2.5 years now, and my why has certainly changed from just paying off my debt to so much more. My why now is I know we are going to be financially free. I'm able to work from home and spend time with my 2 little girls whenever we want. We get to travel the world with the yearly Mannatech incentives. We give people hope with their health, and we give people hope and dreams back with this business opportunity. So guys, I want to end off and say, this is truly a life-changing opportunity, not just for you, but for everyone you know. So over to Eugene.
Good evening, guys. JP, thank you so much for the opportunity to join you guys on the Zoom. For me, like Elsie said, you know, we made a couple of massive mistakes in business, and it really cost us dearly. And so for me, you know, I've got two major things why I eventually also got involved in the business side to help Elsie. And number one is the money side. Look, Mannatech really pays well. And, you know, everybody gets going to a job every day to get, you know, earn a paycheck. So why not start your own business? Okay. You can determine your hours, you can determine your income. So for me, the first thing is just the massive push is a better financial situation for me and my family. And then obviously the second big major factor for me is time freedom, because when we made the mistakes in conventional business, I had to work harder and harder, and sometimes, you know, work through the night, work longer hours just to pay off debt. And then I didn't see my family. You know, I never saw my kids. So it was really tough on me. So now with a passive income coming in with Mannatech, it's giving me the opportunity to, you know, go to work in the mornings, and then during the day I can spend time with my wife and my kids, and then I go back to the gym in the evenings a little bit. But yeah, so the improvement in our financial position, and then obviously for me the improvement in my time availability for my children and with my wife, it's just such a massive blessing. So for everybody, all the new people on this call tonight, you know, those are the two things that I think could change many people's lives, you know, with a passive income through tech. Then you've got the time freedom to do what you want to do on your terms. And, you know, if you're not going to get involved now, when? And, you know, if you're not going to build a Mannatech business, what are you going to do to improve your situation? So guys, have a good look at the business plan that JP is going to do for us now. And I really sincerely hope that you guys get involved with this business. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Eugene. Thanks, Elsie. Yeah, great to work with you guys, and thanks for the difference you're making in a lot of people's lives, especially from a health and wellness point of view. I know that's obviously you've got a massive heart for helping people. So, and I think that's the great thing about this, is that the financial reward is just really a reward because you're helping other people with their health. So well done for that. And so next up, we're going to have a very special couple sharing. I was hoping to have another couple also share this evening. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it because of load shedding. But we've got a brand new bronze presidential couple that are going to be sharing now. I probably met them 4 years ago, and I cannot believe the difference that they've made in so many people's lives. I mean, I don't even think they knew the journey that's going to be in store for them. But I think if there's one thing I can share with them, they're very sincere, they're very authentic, they are leaders with a massive heart, and and it's been great to get to know them. They've got a massive, obviously, passion for their family. I know all the stories that Jenny and Mark have shared, you know, just with me over the years. What they probably don't forget, I'm not sure if I've actually shared this before, but I remember the first time I went to go and show a plan with Mark and Jenny. in Kimberley, I remember I was showing the plan, and as I got up from the table, it was somewhere in Kimberley, I'm not sure exactly where, I got up and my foot hooked onto the table, and I actually fell there in front of everybody. It's quite embarrassing. I don't think the people got involved. I think it was probably because of the fall, but that happened many years ago, and they were probably thinking, oh my word. And I was probably thinking, oh my word, what is the future hold in store? But I mean, I think that's the nice thing with hindsight. You get to look back at all the good times, the bad times, the funny times. But yeah, I'm very, very proud of you guys, and thanks for the difference you guys are making. I mean, you are really a testament to this industry and what it can do for so many people out there. So over to you, Mark and Jenny. Brand new bronze presidential directors. So congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, JP, for that awesome introduction. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share on this platform. Yeah, what a privilege. Thank you so much. And then I would just like to thank Rolene Faber, the lady who are responsible for the fact that we can be sitting here and be bronze and who walked the walk and talked the talk. She really taught us so much, and we are so grateful for her. Rolene Faber, also presidential director in the business, and she knew my story, and she introduced me to Mannatech. At that stage, Mark was not really interested, but you know what, after 5 months, when he saw that this thing is actually working, that he also jumped in and started doing the business with me. And I can tell you that it's more powerful if a couple can do it together. But there is those who are doing it on their own, who are doing very, very well. And yeah, throughout this last 3 years, from presidential to bronze, I can tell you that I've learned so many things, that there were some things in my life that I had to deal with before I could move on. And yeah, and I dealt with it. And the nice part is that I actually discovered that your upline is there to support you, but for you to get ahead, and for me, I realized, Jenny, you need to put on real shoes now, because you are now in charge of your own business. And I realized that for my people to see a leader, I need to be one. And I can tell you guys, the book that really changed our life throughout this journey, sorry, I just want to see, launching a leadership revolution, really, really changed our lives. And yeah, and I actually discovered the beauty of what it is to helping people. And I really understand the thing about people who are saying that they don't, it's not about how much you know, but it's all about how much you care, what people are interested in. And that is what I learned through our journey, and what helped me to become bronze, definitely, and to teach leaders and help them to be a leader. And yeah, I can go on and on and on. And the other thing I just would like to share quickly is that what we actually did when we decided it's time, we need to go bronze now, I actually rated bronze on all my mirrors in the house. And we actually aimed for bronze in July, but some things happened and we couldn't make it. But then I went and I scratched out July, and I've put in there August. And you know what the mind can believe, conceive, and you can believe it, you can achieve. And I just realized the power of that mindset thing. JP, thank you so much. And then over to Mark.
Hi, JP. Yeah, I actually, when you mentioned your falling down, I do remember that. But it's not got to do with the fall, if I remember correctly. It's on the way you get up. So we all fall. It's just the way you get up. Yeah, I would also like to thank Jenny. I really thanked Relene. I'd like to thank Letbury and Quentin van Zyl. They've been part of our journey since the beginning. JP, you have, so has Sylvan, and there's a lot of people in our Mannatech family that has such an impact on our lives. Those that don't know, I used to be in the military. I served 27 years. I was a very hard person, but now I'm a heart person. We really like changing people's lives. It's JP, you once said it's not the pin level that defines you, but what you do that defines you. So the more people we help, the better for us. We enjoy people. We like seeing change in people. We like seeing people that struggle financially that eventually can cope with the day-to-day lives. We love seeing people that had health challenges that dramatically changed their lives and are now healthy people. And there's nothing more satisfying than changing a person's life for the better. Even the self-development system that Louis Leone has put into place has changed our lives radically. Jenny, you won't believe it, but in the beginning she struggled to speak English. She was very shy. And now she takes up all the time to speak on the webinar. But it's self-development, and I think that's truly awesome. And of course, we won't be here without our team. It's teamwork that makes the dream work. And if I can give a bit of advice to people that are starting off, get your why. Why are you doing this? Is it just for extra income that you're doing part-time, or do you really want to change the world? Do you really want to put in the time and effort to change something in somebody's life, either financially, like Eugene and Elsie spoke about earlier, or health-wise, or whatever the case may be? All of us have something to give. You must just find out for yourself, what do you have to give? And that's very important, because as soon as you find out your why, you will develop such a hunger for change in your life that nothing will stop you. So yeah, with that, I'd like to end off. Thank you so much, JP. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. God bless. Goodbye.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark and Jenny. So next up, I've got the privilege actually to welcome on, in fact, my first ever Gold Presidential Directors. In fact, this would be my first Gold Presidential couple that's in my group since I've been part of Mannatech. And yeah, I met them many years ago. I remember I got into my golf, and I drove all the way up there when I still had a golf with a boot full of CDs, and went to go and show plans there. And it's amazing to see how this couple has gone from a couple that were really looking at earning extra 5,000 Rand a month to pay for their daughter's products. I'm sure Letbury will allude to that a little bit later. But you know, and to see the dynasty that build, the amount of people that have helped, and yeah, I mean, I can't say too much. You know, I don't want to obviously steal their thunder, but I must just say from my side, what an incredible, you know, humbling experience. I mean, to have a, you know, Gold Presidential couple in your group. You know, I can tell you one thing that I do know is you do not become Gold Presidential without helping large amounts of people along the way. And they are obviously a testament of that, you know, because they've helped so many people with their health. They've helped so many people have a better quality of life, you know, not only from a health point of view, but from a financial point of view. I mean, I know there's so many of you on the call this evening. They're all part of their group. And I think one of the things from a leadership point of view that people don't always realize is that it's, you know, it's one thing to be a leader, but it's, you know, and to build a business and to grow a business, but it's a whole other thing to keep it. And to month in, month out, Karen, growing that team, keeping people motivated, keeping them inspired, because, you know, things that are easy to do are also easy not to do, you know. And this couple has just over the last 5-6 years just been such a testament to it. And, you know, and the one thing I'm not sure if Letbury will mention is I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time with them, But the one thing I think she massively believes in, I'm sure Quentin's right behind her, is in affirmations. I mean, if you go to her house, you know, everywhere, like before that even qualifies for the first incentive, it's just like, let me and Quentin are qualifying for the incentive. Let me and Quentin are going this. Let me and Quentin are going to do this, you know. And I think it's so important what we speak in our lives, you know. Very often, I think especially, you know, if you look at, you know, what's happened over the last 6 months, is that very often we can start speaking a lot of negative in our lives. And it's so important to always remember whatever you speak in life is what you're going to create in your life, because you know, you've got such a better chance of changing your circumstances by what you speak. Because remember, what you think is what you speak, and what you speak is what you act. So it all starts with thinking, and it starts with mindset. And they've obviously have overcome that mindset battle. And to be honest with you, even as a platinum, you know, for me, it's something that you still have to do every single day. Is controlling the, you know, your biggest critic is always going to be yourself. You know, it's really overcoming yourself. So let me, and Quentin, I'm not sure, I can't see you. Let me just see if, okay, there you are. Okay, I'm going to make you a co-host now. It should work. Okay, promoted panelist. Just give me a quick second. That should be on now. Okay, there we go. Okay, co-host. Okay, the video should come live, and we'll be straight over to you guys.
Hi there, guys.
Oh, great. Awesome. Yeah, doing it from the car, eh? Like, I mean, this is leadership. You know, this is the epiphany of leadership. That's what leaders do. They make a plan. I mean, even with load shedding. So all over to you guys.
Well, I can give you some tips. You have the one phone facing forward, and you have the other phone facing backward with the flashlight on you. So yes, we're in the car. We had a bit of a late night at the horses, and like Jay said, you know, you don't become a presidential or even a director overnight. It takes work. And I think Quentin might want to start with our story a little bit, how he started. He wasn't part of the journey, but now he tells the story so nicely.
Yes, guys. First, I just want to say thanks to you, JP. If it wasn't for you and Berta and all those times you came to Kimberley, we and our team wouldn't be where we are. So thanks, plenty thanks for you guys, and also to Sylvan Prinsloo. He's our counselor, and he puts a lot of effort and a lot of love into our teams, and he keeps most of everything together. And yeah, between you, JP, and Sylvan, you taught us basically everything that we know about the business and about leadership, because I think that's, like you've alluded as well, that's the big thing, the leadership. It doesn't matter about the PV, it's by keeping the PV and not just creating the PV. So yeah, guys, we started a couple of years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago. We didn't start the Mannatech journey to make money out of it. We only started this journey to help our little daughter who had severe health challenges. And the minute that she took the products, we saw a massive difference, and in her energy, and from there on we just explored with, or let me, I must say, explored with more and more products, and her health just took a drastic change for the better. And obviously, guys, we just moved from Johannesburg to Kimberley at that stage, and I started my own business. And we had a lot of debt in medical bills for the previous couple of years for Jessica, because we tried everything and nothing seemed to help. So I was working day and night just to keep head above water. And Aletmary was battling with the kids, because at that stage we had a little boy as well, Naylan. And yeah, guys, when I saw what the products cost at that stage, it was a lot of money for me, but you can't put money on your health. So Aletmary luckily remembered that the guy that introduced us to the products said to her that she can have the products for free. And that's when she contacted him again and said to him, come and show me how I can get it for free. And when I heard that it was a network marketing business concept. I just said, well, I don't want nothing to do with this, because we were in a couple of network marketing industries before Mannatech. And the main thing that I know about network marketing is netwerk is netwerk. You just work and you don't get paid. But luckily, Alet Marie didn't listen to me, and she kept on persisting, and she had a big why. I didn't have a why at that stage. She had a big why to improve our daughter's health, so she had to work to get the products for free, and that's how she proved me wrong.
And I think, somebody asked me, I must share a little bit about, it wasn't overnight. And I think that is one of the biggest clues you can give yourself grace on. It's not overnight. Yes, we can sign up somebody overnight, or we can ship a few products from the warehouse overnight. But the biggest thing is our journey has been 7 years from start of the products to today. So it's not overnight. And I think if I can say, you have to try and try and try until you get it right. You can't fail at this, okay? If you fail, you fail forward. You can't fail and give up. Like Mark said, if you can look up when you fall, you can get up. And also, I think, the biggest thing for us is we had to make it work. There wasn't another option. I was a goldsmith. My license was taken away because I didn't train a person to to transfer my skills. And the government just changed the rules and said you can't be a goldsmith anymore. So I lost my job in the process of going presidential. But you know what, we didn't even miss the jewelry income, because we were earning like about 100 times more with Mannatech at that stage. So I'm so grateful that the Lord really showed us some back doors. We really got into this. And I remember, JP, that this gold pin is also very special to us, because when we went presidential, JP went gold presidential. So it was a very special pin from the start for us. But as we went presidential on the 18th of December, I don't know what year it was, it's all a big blur. But that very next February, I was told my gold license was taken away because I didn't transfer my skills. Now, I mean, there's loads of people on this call who might have had the same experience during lockdown, or maybe their line of income just stopped during the lockdown period. And it's so incredibly sad that you don't have control over it. But I think as we are on this Mannatech journey, I mean, Quentin and I just started discussing today, is it really, really worth, some things that you're doing? And I want to say Mannatech is worth it. It is the ladder against the right wall. It is more than you've hoped for. It's everything that you dreamed of. It's really, really dreams. We have a hashtag that we use quite often. It says dreams do come true. And I want to say it's not because they just fall out of the sky. You have to work for it. But oh boy, how incredible, Mark also alluded to it, how incredible is a Mannatech paycheck? Because whether you are at home with the kids, homeschooling, whether you are traveling, whether you are giving attention to a dear person that you love and need your time right now, you can do that. Yes, it does take a little bit of looking after. We discussed that with JP a couple of times as well. Passive income is not just you leave it and it grows by itself. No, this business is like a plant, or like a baby. It is very intensive in the beginning, but as soon as that baby starts walking and running and playing, you have a little bit of freedom. And then as this baby grows up, you have more and more freedom. And pretty soon this baby can do everything for itself, him or herself. And I think, this gold presidential pin was like far beyond what we could ever imagine. I remember, I don't know if JP remembers, I'm sure he does, but he phoned me. I think it was just before we went director the very first time. And back then, director was your very first pin. And I said to him, he said to me, "You're almost director." And I said, "JP, come on, man. It will be an absolute miracle if we ever go director." That's our little belief we had. But I can say to you, stick to the system. The system changes your mind, it changes your heart. Get with somebody who believe in you. We know that everybody can do this. We know that if you have breath in your lungs, you can do this business, you can be successful at it, and go make your dreams come true. My dream is way different from Quentin's dream, is way different from JP's dream, is way different from any of our presidential teams. But we want to say, go for it. Dreams do come true. And thank you so much, JP, for all your patience and all your love, that you took us by the hand. And we actually joked about it and said, JP, if it wasn't for you, Quentin would have still thought netwerk is netwerk and no money at all. So, JP, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And yeah, well done again from the whole of South Africa, and in fact from the whole of the world. It is really an amazing achievement, and it's no mean feat to go gold presidential. I definitely know what it takes to go gold presidential, and definitely what you guys were mentioning earlier, like it's like like a baby in the beginning. It is intensive. I mean, it is full time. I mean, but the nice thing is, eventually, they get older, you get a lot more joy. And I mean, my kids are 2 and 4. And eventually they actually go on their own, and they actually don't want to spend time with you. I'm not at that stage yet, but it's pretty much what I hear from a lot of people. When your kids get to a certain age, they sort of don't want the mom and dad around all the time. They want to be doing their own thing. And it's sort of pretty much just similar to the business we involved in. In the beginning, it's very intensive. But at the later stage, the business carries on its own because you've now instilled those values. You've instilled the skills and the thought process in those leaders. So tonight I've obviously got the honor of doing the presentation. I'm going to do this very sweet and short because I obviously don't want to go over time. So but yeah, just from my side, I can just share with all of you that Mannatech is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a lottery. It's not a someone you sign up today and tomorrow you're going to be a millionaire. This is a legitimate business model. This company's been in business for a very long time, for more than 26 years. We do business in more than 27 different countries. We are a legitimate business model in every regard. So this is something, especially if you want to get people involved in something, it's so important. I want to just share with everyone before I go into the presentation that the most important thing you have is your integrity. And the last thing that you want, and I know for me, if you're on the call this evening, was a big thing for me in the beginning. I didn't want to get my friends and my family and my parents' friends involved in something or using a product, and it turns out to be like a scam, or it turns out to be like a pyramid scheme, or it turns out to be a snake oil, or whatever it may be. I wanted to make sure that whatever I'm getting involved in, it's going to have longevity. It's going to be something that's going to be for the long run. And I mean, I guess the proof is in the pudding. Now 12 years later, it's amazing. When I first started Mannatech, I was sharing with someone else. I remember how my friends used to joke with me when I go to like a school reunion, or I see them, they're like, "Oh yeah, how's it going? Are you still involved?" And it's amazing how cruel people can sometimes be, because they've all got an opinion about something, but they don't really know all the ins and outs. They haven't done their due diligence, so they're just going on what they think, but they don't really know. As I've said to many of you before, the best form of revenge is massive success. So I just carried on working harder, decided to speak to more people, get more people on board, just put my energy into who I can help instead of focusing on who can I fend off. So and here we are today, with tens of thousands of people in my group, and changing lots of lives all over the world. So so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run to the presentation very quickly. We don't have to keep this long. Obviously, some of you might have seen this presentation before, so we don't have to go into all the nitty-gritty. But just the first thing I guess I want to share with all of you is that, obviously I mentioned earlier, Mannatech's been in business for now 26 years, going on 27 years. There you'll see we do business in 25 different countries. It's probably more around 27 or 28 different countries. And why I share that with all of you, why it's quite important, is because you've got to realize that all of us living in South Africa, some of us can think very local. You've got to realize that when you're part of Mannatech, you can build a business internationally. So for instance, you can be living in Cape Town, and you might have a friend that's living in New Zealand, or a potential client in Australia or the UK or in Germany or the USA. And the nice thing is you could be living in South Africa and could be having customers in all those different markets, because we open in those markets. We've got distribution centers in all those markets. The product will be shipped there and you'll be paid into your bank account in South Africa. On top of that, what I also like to add is the fact that you now have the opportunity, if you decide that you don't want to live in South Africa anymore, whatever the reason is, you want to immigrate and you wanted to go live in the Netherlands, as an example, in Amsterdam, that you could literally just say to Mannatech, listen, I'm moving to the Netherlands. Can I please do a country reallocation? And they will pay you in euros in the Netherlands. How amazing is that? You can just take your business, because our business is not physical. Our business is really on the internet. We work in the product that is distributed all over the world, and our business is on the internet. And whatever bank account you say there, or wherever at least your phone is, you can be paid there. I mean, how amazing is that? I mean, that's something to be so excited. I mean, if it's just for that, it's still worthwhile getting involved in this. I mean, the next thing is, for me, is that we're a public company. So we've been traded on the NASDAQ for more than 21 years. So we are squeaky clean. We're not a scam. We do a legitimate business model. We've got very, very many institutional investors in our company. And you can go and check the share price. If you go to MTEX, it's the ticker code, and you'll see what's happening with the share price. But to be honest with you, very often people come to me and say, well, should I buy shares in the company? No, don't worry about buying shares. Build your business to the best investment you'll ever make. You'll never make a bigger return than what you will out of building your business. We're also an affiliate, or at least a member of the Direct Selling Association, which is a body, and there's only in fact 31 companies in South Africa that are actually part of the DSA. And they look at and make sure that what you do is completely legitimate. They make sure that your product is of value, that your compensation plan is fair and rewarding, and to make sure that you've got the right business ethics in your business model. So we are obviously a member of the DSA as well. Now, just quickly, Mannatech has really got 3 pillars to it, and I'm going to start with the middle pillar first, because I think it's maybe something we don't share enough on, and that's the Mission 5 Million Foundation. So what we do is, every month when any of your customers use the product, we'll nourish a child for a whole month in the product. So you're really giving back just by using the product. So I always talk about, you're pitching the switch. You're pitching people to switch over from using a synthetic vitamin mineral or a synthetic product to using a plant-based product, and they're going to get better quality. They're going to get a product that's of much better value, and also they're going to be able to help a child in the process as well. So that for me is just amazing. And our goal is obviously to link 5 million kids with 5 million customers. And obviously, you being on the call this evening, if you become a customer, you'll be one of those customers. And if you can get more customers, obviously you can contribute towards that. And I believe, I speak under correction, but there's between 25 and about 30,000 kids that are getting this product, the phytoblend powder, on a daily basis in South Africa. So we are really making a massive, massive impact. Next thing quickly is, on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see I talk about health and wellness. Now, health and wellness is probably the fastest growing segment in e-commerce at the moment, because of people being so, open to their immune systems and their health, and realizing what of value it is. Now, what makes Mannatech really different in this space, if I can guess, because that's where we operate in health and wellness, is that it's now a multi-trillion-dollar industry, but specifically that we've got patents. We own the technology we provide to our customers. We've got more than 141 patents on our technology, and we are, in fact, the first nutritional company in the world to bring a whole new class of nutrients to market called glycans or glyconutrients, and we patented that globally. So we really have patented and proprietary product, if I can call it that. Then the next thing is that we've got scientific validation. We've now got more than 20 published clinical trials on our products, and many of them are peer-reviewed double-blind studies, which is very much the gold standard in the industry. So for me, the most recent one came through the University of Memphis or Minnesota, either or. But just showing what the product does for gut health and what it does for immune function. I mean, so we are really, like, from a science point of view, we very, very much are putting our money where our mouth is from a scientific point of view. And you can go and find all these studies on mannatechscience.org, or at least the person inviting you on the call this evening can obviously share that with you as well. Third thing, we've got a disruptive technology. Now, if you go and Google Mannatech, you're going to see lots of positive things, but you also see some negative things. And that's so important, because obviously if you own the patents, you've got the science, of course, no other companies or no other people out there are going to be saying, oh no, Mannatech products are the best, because we are a threat to the industry. We are a threat to the pharmaceutical industry. We are a threat to other nutritional companies out there, because no one has what we have. We've got something that's very exclusive. We've got something that's very, very unique. And then, of course, the fourth point is that we've got a guarantee on our product. And why I'm excited about that is because we offer a 90-day money-back guarantee on our product. The reason why you might be asking why 90 days, well, number one, we don't have to offer a guarantee, but we offer a guarantee because we believe in our products. We've done the science to realize that if people use the products properly, they're going to get results. And more importantly than that, it takes around 90 days for your cells in your body to become what they call glycosylated, which means that our Ambrotose technology, which is our flagship technology, which the person invited me to the call this evening can share many amazing videos, from scientists sharing that and doctors sharing that technology with people. But it takes around 90 days for your cells to become glycosylated, which means that the cells can now communicate and the body can start healing itself. And if you think about glycans are really immune modulators. So they build the immune system up. They can actually lower the immune system with things like with certain challenges that people may have. But on our studies we've done on the Ambrotose technology specifically, is that it helps the cognitive function, digestive function, and immune function, and mood and memory, and all these types of things. So, but just for every single person, Ambrotose is what makes Mannatech different. And I've said to people so often in the past, if you really love the specific product you take, add Ambrotose, it's going to work better because your body is going to be able to communicate. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll see a little bit about the business, or at least the opportunity. Now, the nice thing about this is completely part-time. There's low startup costs. So, for instance, to join Mannatech, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but it's next to nothing. You can build an international business, and also it's turnkey. So you're not buying products and selling to people. As soon as you do, you sign up with a company, it's completely global. You can build anywhere in the market. You can be paid. You've got all the websites. You don't have to worry about debtors or creditors or inventory or warehousing or anything. All that you have to do is go out there and go and share the product with people, build a customer base, and then teach and train other associates to also build customer bases. And that's how you make the majority of your commission. Now, what a lot of people want to know is, where does the money come from? Now, 20% of the money goes towards production in the traditional distribution model, and about 80% of the money goes towards advertising and marketing. Now, in our model, about 56% of the money goes towards research and development to make sure we bring the best possible products up to market. And I always say to people, we as a company decided we'd rather apologize for price once than quality over and over again. So we do have a high quality product because we invest in our technology. And of course, in our company, and then of course, 44% of the money gets paid on to commissions, gets paid towards the Mission 5 Million Foundation, also into incentives. And we've got incentives all over the world. Our current incentive is to Mauritius, last year was Italy, the year before the Maldives, and next year there'll be a different one. So all of you, if you're on the call this evening, definitely something to work towards. So just quickly, what I want you to cover on the product, you've got fat loss products, you've got skincare products, immune boosting products, fitness products, anti-aging, brain, and general wellness. So we've got all different types of products, but specifically for me, I think it's definitely the clinical trials we've got, our products having ASF approval on them. They're made under good manufacturing practices. We've got a global scientific advisory board on our technology. So it's just incredible. And we offer a 90-day money-back guarantee. So no brainer, to be honest with all of you. So what you do this evening is there's two different types of people that join Mannatech. The one is the customer, which you'll see on the left-hand side, and the other would be the associate, which is on the right-hand side. Now, to be a customer, there's no joining fees. You can get up to 20% back in loyalty points to get your products, on your product purchases every month on an automatic order. You buy the products wholesale. And of course, the nice thing is we just implement now is you as a customer can refer other people and get 25% back or whatever they order as a customer, which can help you in turn get your product for free. So that's the one way people, obviously become part of Mannatech. There's about, I would say 80 to 90% of people are customers. And I'd say about 10 to 20% of people are associates. Now, to be an associate costs you 750 Rand for the year. You can also earn up to 20% loyalty points, also buy the products wholesale. The key thing is here is that associates and customers pay the same for their product. And of course, you've got access to a turnkey business, and you can earn 6 different ways of commissions we paid. Number one being customer bonuses. The next is the first order bonuses. We've got mentoring bonuses. We've got level payouts, leadership check match. And of course, the other one is, which is very exciting, is the global bonus pool, where they take all the global sales that are taking place and put that into a pool. And you get to share in that pool on all the sales that are taking place in Korea and Taiwan and Japan and the US and Mexico and Canada and Europe, all over the world, Australia, New Zealand, and so forth. So just quickly, let's assume that you do decide to become an associate. So the first thing that you want to do is when you're an associate is to build your points where you're doing about 500 points a month. Now we work in a point structure because we do business in a lot of different markets. So it's easier to attach it to points. Now, 1 point in South Africa is approximately 12.50 Rand. Of course, in the US, 1 point would be $1. Now, if you do around 500 points in your first month, give or take, you should earn around 1,500 Rand, or maybe a little bit more, but let's assume it's 1,500 commissions, if I can call it that. So that should be your goal, your first month, do 500 points. Now, let's assume you do that in your first month. In your next month, your goal is to get 2 associates on board. Now, you don't have to take a month, you can do this in weeks. If you get 2 associates on board, also that you personally introduce, to also pay the 750 Rand, but they each do the 500 points also. Now, in total, there's about 1,500 points. It's your 500 points with another 1,000 points coming from them. Now, if you do that, your commissions are anything from about 1,500 Rand to about 3,500 Rand a month. Now, the next step is if you had to get another 2 associates on board and help them do the same thing, so there are 4 associates, then you're potentially earning, anything from 2,500 Rand to about 5,000 Rand a month, residually every single month, because you built a team of people that are using the product. And of course, you're now doing 2,500 points. Now, you can obviously see that if you had to duplicate that again, it would go to 10,000 points. But let's assume there's a level before that, which there is. You don't even have to assume that, which is called executive director, which is about 6,000 points. Now, so your points with your entire team together in the right structures. And that is anything from about 5,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. And of course, once you get to the 10,000 points, which would be, where you're doing 10,000 points. So for instance, if you help your 4 associates each do 2,500 points, 10,000 points, then you're earning anything from about 18,000 Rand to about 18,000 Rand a month. And the reason why I say 18 because I've had many associates in my group and up to 18, 20,000 a month on that level if they've got the right structure and if they qualify for all the other commissions that go along with that. Then there's another little level in between that's called Gold Executive, which is about 20,000 points, which is anything between 15,000 and about 30,000 a month. And of course, I know now with these new team commissions you're paying off, those are going to be way more. So if you're doing those as well. And then of course, the next level would be Presidential Director, which is about 40,000 points in your business. So your residual income at this level is about 30,000 Rand. But with all your bonuses and so forth, in fact, in your first month, you get a $1,000 bonus. So you're looking at earning about 50,000 Rand in your first month, which is a great income. I mean, if you look at doing this part-time, it might bring your wife home from work. It might bring you home from work. Or maybe putting that, in your bond or towards retirement or going on a holiday or whatever it may be, or paying off debt, whatever it may be. Then the next level is obviously Bronze Presidential, anything from about 80,000 to about 100,000 a month, then which is about 80,000 points. Then we've got Silver Presidential, 160,000 points, which can be anything from 100 to about 150,000 a month. Gold Presidential, anything from 150 to about 200, and then Platinum, anything from about 200, 250, 300, 400, 500. Can be a lot more than that. It just depends on how many people you obviously are helping in the process, how many people you've enrolled, your customer base, your check matches, your global bonus pool. It's got a lot to do with structure and so forth. But I mean, for me, what you always got to realize, there's no step 2 unless it's step 1. There's no step 5 unless it's step 4. So if you can't do the first step, don't even worry about the rest of the steps. The first thing for now is thinking, how do I get to 500 points? My order, let me get a few customers in the product. Let me teach 2 or 3 or 4 of my friends to do the same thing, and you would be Silver Director, which is 2,500 points, and then you sort of grow from there. Now, the one thing I just want to stress here is that the earnings or lifestyle indicated are not necessarily representative of what you may earn or achieve. Your individual earnings and lifestyle as an associate are strictly dependent upon your respective area, skills, and effort. Mannatech makes no guarantee of earnings or lifestyle. So why I'm sharing them with all of you is because I think very often people get excited about Mannatech. They get excited about the thing about it's going to cost me 750 and I've got this massive opportunity. But they didn't realize when you get involved in Mannatech, it's not what you invest. It's not what it costs you to get started. It's what you're going to put into it. It's your investment is your sweat equity you're going to put in. How many people are you willing to talk to? Are you willing to plug into the system? Are you willing to come to the meetings? Are you willing to go out there and every week and talk to people about the product and about the opportunity? Are you willing to plug into the home meetings? Are you willing to plug into reading books? Because for me, in the end of the day, is that, as my mentor said to me, is that for things to change, you got to change. For things to get better, you got to be willing to get better. So for me, he also said that, if you're not happy with your current circumstances in your life, and you ask someone, what's the next 5 years going to look like? The next 5 years in your life is going to be pretty much the same as the last 5 years, unless you change something. So for me, this evening is, what are you willing to change? Because for me, the first place where you can change is to work on changing yourself, to become a better version of yourself, so you can go out there and go motivate people, so you can inspire people. And you know what? You can't go out there and motivate and inspire people if you're not inspired yourself. And that is why the system is so important. That's why it's important to be reading books, listening to tapes, CDs, audiobooks, podcasts, whatever it is, attending functions, being in an environment where people actually believe in you, instead of like what we have out there, where most people out there don't want you to get ahead. I mean, it's for me always something in closing. It's so sad about, you know, even just most of the people that call us African, but very much we want it to go well with people. We just don't want it to go better with other people than what's going with ourselves. For me, this business is all about it going better for other people than what's going about yourself. Because you know what? If you give, you can receive, because you can never outgive the universe. So thank you very much. And I just want to, in closing, thank my uplines, Louis Nioni van Linda, my upline 2-star platinums, for what they do and all their help and support and guidance. And also Sylvan Princely, my friend and also an amazing mentor to me and a massive support structure. Thank you very much for what you do. And I hope this was of value this evening. Thanks for being with us. And just in closing, sorry, I did say, but in 2 weeks' time, we're going to have a very, very exciting call. You don't want to miss our call in 2 weeks' time. We're going to have an evening with health professionals talking about Mannatech products. So don't miss that. We're going to have biokineticists on, physiotherapists, medical doctors. Maybe we'll even have a naturopath, pharmacist. We're gonna have an amazing evening. It's gonna be amazing for your customers to get onto that. So I'm sure it's gonna be a packed house with 1,000 people on there. So thank you very much. God bless. Have a good evening.